Honorable members, the first question today The first question today is the question asked by should I use this? Don't worry. Asked by the Honorable Millem. I'm not sure if I call it correctly. Natasha wants to kill me. Honorable Natasha wants to kill me. Mylem. Okay, thank you for protecting that. Asked by Honorable Mylem to the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy. Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable Mylem.
Thank you, House Chairperson. Chairperson, you can pronounce it like Malema, but without the A on the end. And I'm much friendlier. Minister, we've had 17 years of load shedding.
When I mayhem, we must wait. When I mayhem, we must wait. When I mayhem.
Honorable Mautwe, we don't do that. Please, don't repeat that. You'll be removed from the platform. Thank you. Proceed, Honorable Mylem.
Thank you, House Chair. House Chair, we've
Okay,
had...
House Chair, can we call a point of order then?
Honorable Ndlozi, you have a gadget with you and your hand is not up. What you are doing is the same thing that I'm talking to. Please don't do that. You can raise your hand. And
I've risen it.
Okay, what is your point of order?
The implication of the speaker, and I thought as the chairperson you would protect honorable members so that we don't have to call unnecessary point of orders. The implication of the speaker is that the Honorable Malema is not a friendly person, and that is completely out of order. When we call him mayhem, I'm sure that he will not be appreciating that. So you must call him to order. Everybody in the house is honorable.
Okay.
End of story. Thank you.
Thank you. No, I hear you. Don't do that again, okay, Honorable Madam. Proceed.
I won't do that, Chair. I'm friendly. What can I say?
Okay, proceed. Proceed to the Minister of Finance. I'm not forcing you, Honorable Minister, but I think it's much better for audibility to be here on this podium. Yes.
The last supplementary question will be asked by the Honorable Bahrain.
Minister, thank you for the details of the LIP. However, it costs government, according to your department, 250,000 Rand to create a job. And it's not a job, it's a job opportunity. Universally, it's understood that the private sector creates jobs and not government. It's not about time that the government gets to understand the nature of job creation and economic empowerment. When will they ever learn? Minister, as a labor lawyer, I could help you try and access the LAP when you leave Parliament. Thank you.
Yes.
Honorable Minister.
No, we have enough labor lawyers and better labor lawyers who can help us. We know very well that your advice would not be what we want. But let me tell you, your calculation is incorrect. It depends on the industry you are dealing with. There are certain industries which are very expensive to create just one job. But there are industries which you spend far less than what you're talking about. Some of the industries, you're talking about 10,000 to create a job, but others can even go to more than the figure which we have quoted. It depends on which industry you are talking about. Industries differ. That's what I can be able to tell you. Thank you.
The second supplementary question is by the Honorable Jake Rand.
Thank you, Chairperson. Minister, as someone with an LLB cum laude, let me state that the powers assigned to you by the President emanate from Section 34 of the Electricity Regulation Act, which speaks to new generation capacity. Listen for meaning. This section does not cover powers and functions in respect to transmission. This would indicate, as per the President's advisory, that other powers and functions contained in the Electricity Regulation Act will remain under the Minister of Mineral Resources and Energy. Putting aside the obvious conclusion that you are not legislatively mandated to work with the transmission sector and that the existing legislation does not yet provide for the establishment of an independent transmission operator or actions associated therewith, a further concern is that government has no credible plan in terms of the extension of the grid. The IRP provides for 14,000 kilometers of grid over the next 8 years, while the Transmission Development Plan only provides for 1,675 kilometers by 2027, leaving the bulk for those last 8 years. Minister, how do you propose to sell a plan for hundreds of billions of rands to the private sector when you have no mandate and no idea of what you need by when? Thank you.
The Honorable Minister.
Well, I think it's a legal reading of the problem statement. I do sympathize with you because you did declare that you hold an LLB. You know nothing about financing and engineering. So no, you don't have to be upset. I think the starting point for knowing that you don't know is to accept that you don't know.
The Honorable Manye.
Thank you, Chair. I'll take the question. Minister, noting that in your budget speech, you said absolutely nothing believable about what exactly you do to stimulate the economy. You said nothing about industrialization. You said nothing about saving ArcelorMittal, which is the backbone of our steel production. Could you provide specific and practical examples of the structural reforms the National Treasury plans to implement in these productive sectors to stimulate growth and alleviate constraints? Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Member, the Honorable Minister.
I don't know which budget speech the Honorable Member was listening to. For instance, she says we've said nothing about industrialization. One of the important things we said in that speech about industry, we mentioned a specific industry and we went in detail after that about ASAT. We said, for instance, we're providing an incentive for EV, electric vehicles. That's a part of the industrial strategy. The honorable member was not listening to that strategy. So that's why I'm saying was probably listening to a different budget speech